UW-Oshkosh's opponent on Saturday was the same team they opened the season against, Carroll University. This time, however, the stakes were much higher as a trip to the Stag Bowl, the NCAA Division III championship, was on the line. The first half was a defensive battle. The Titans could only muster 78 yards of total offense, while Carroll ground out 106 yards in what was a scoreless tie heading into halftime. Oshkosh came out of the locker room and gave Carroll a different look, with Dylan Hecker running the Wildcat. Quarterback Brett Casper completed a big third down pass to tight end Max Fuller. Devin Linsenmeyer pounded the ball down to the 3, and finally, Casper faked out almost everyone in the stadium with his 3-yard keeper for the first score of the game. The Titans defense continued its dominating performance, forcing an interception on the next 3 Carroll possessions. Each team added a field goal in the fourth quarter to make the score 10-3. Carroll had one last chance to tie the game with less than 2 minutes to go. The Blue Streaks drove the ball down to the Oshkosh 35, but Brandon Lloyd pressured Moglen for the sack, which ran out the final few seconds of the game.
It was a defensive battle, obviously, and they have a tremendous defense. And when we were fortunate enough to beat them in the first game of the season, I knew they were a great football team, and then they proved it throughout the season. I have nothing but great respect for Coach and their players, and just got a ton of respect for our players for understanding the situation, and we never took them lightly, never took them for granted. We knew this was going to be a dogfight, and it was, so we just ended up on top.
The 13 points is the lowest total score in a semifinal in Division III history, which made ball security a top priority for the Titans offense.
You know, if you protect that ball, you're going to have a good shot at winning the game. Obviously, it was a defensive dogfight, so we knew that the offense just had to manage the game and just take care of the game, or the football. So it might not be the most flashy, but credit to the defense, you know, just hanging in there and making stops.
Even though Carroll's offense outgained Oshkosh's on the day, the Titans' defense came up big on 3rd and short, stopping the Blue Streaks 5 times on 3rd and 2 or shorter.
We just have a very good defense, and I'd like to say it's a magic call, but it really isn't. They're just out there playing. And the credit to these guys, as far as defensively and offensively, our guys are really good in the classroom, and they adjust on their own very well. And you might be shocked, but I probably called 5 defenses all day. The safeties, Cam and Johnny and Reese and Brandon call everything else. So on those 4th downs, I just point out, and let's say it's on you, but that's honest truth, and we did very well on 3rd and short and 4th and short today.
The Titans players appreciate that sort of trust and accountability that Coach Cerrone instills in them.
Honestly, it's pretty fun. So you just got to make sure you make the right call. You know, then it may not be so fun in the film room, but no, but it's pretty fun. You know, sitting with them, and it takes a lot of time and effort though, because like you do got to sit down with them and like learn how to read plays and like know exactly what you're getting in certain personnels and what kind of call you're going to do. So we kind of have a gist of what we're going to call. It's just knowing when to make that call once we get to certain personnel we like.
This marks the first ever trip to the Stag Bowl for UW-Oshkosh, where they will face off against Mary Hardin Baylor.